Hi, it's John and Andy again at Car Repairs Made Easy. Today we're working on a 2004 Chevy Impala, and we're going to do a tune-up on this vehicle, spark plugs and wires, and we're going to show you how to do that next.
Okay, first thing we need to do is go through and open up all these clips that retain the spark plug wires together, so they're not hanging everywhere. Be careful, these are plastic, you don't want to break them, but usually they will. I'll get the plug wires loose. Let's see if we get this one out without breaking it. Okay, now we got those loose there. This one, we have one more. When you do spark plug, particularly when you're doing the wires, well, even if you're doing spark plugs, it's always a good idea to do them one at a time. That way you don't get the wires in the wrong plug or under the wrong coil. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the front three. So just pull this one loose, just pick one, just go from there. We'll take it loose from the coil up here, fish it underneath. Pay attention to how it's routed so you know where to put the new one. It's going to be in the middle.
Hey!
That's John showing his face. Then when you go to take them off, they're stuck. Let's try to give them a twist first to break them loose. Then you can pull them out, hopefully.
Sometimes they can be a pain if they've been on there a while and they like to tear or rip apart, which once it does rip apart you can get it off, but a lot of times these rubber pieces are very stuck or seized to the spark plug ceramic, so they can be tough if it's been a while, 100 some thousand miles.
Right now that I have this one off, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to match the length up with the new ones.
Hang on, let me get this off so I can show you, because I can't get that. Okay.
Okay, you can see that one. They may not be exact, but it's close. There's some extra length there, so this is the one we're going to use.
Okay.
This is our new one and our old one. You can see it has a number 4 on it. At least with General Motors, the original ones that were put on, installed in the factory, are numbered. That's for those guys building the cars. So now what I'm going to do is route this back through before I change the plug, just so I have it in place. You don't have to do it in this order, but this is the way I like to do it. That way everything's back where it was. Put that here. Double check, make sure I have enough length on the cable. Wire. Now I'm going to take my spark plug socket in there and pull this spark plug out. Now remember, never use a power tool when installing or removing spark plugs. And you always want to do it when the engine's not hot. This car's been sitting all day. Once you get it loose enough, you should be able to unscrew it without the ratchet. One thing to mention is if you get a good, usually when you have a good quality set of spark plugs, or wires I mean, inside the package will be a small package of dielectric grease, which I already opened. You want to put that inside the end of the spark plug wire. That keeps these things from, helps to keep them from sticking. John's busy.
No, I'm trying to get a light so I can see in the hole where the spark plug goes.
If you look right there, you can see I already put the grease in. You just need a little bit, and then I just squeeze it to get it around. So you can see down in there.
Yep.
That's where the spark plug goes. Then just set the new one in. Thread it in by hand to start. Don't run it in with your ratchet, or because they go on a weird angle, so you may have to wiggle them around a little bit. We'll get that one in there. And what we'll do is we'll snug it down with a ratchet. You don't want to over tighten these, especially on these newer cars that have aluminum blocks. can tear out the threads easily. Let's get it where it's snug and just a touch more, and that's going to be good. Then we find our new spark plug wire. I'll have to open that back up. Line it up, put it on, and then push, and you'll actually feel it like seat on there or snap on. There, that one's on. And now you just repeat it 5 more times, and then you're done.
But we don't do that. We're going to show them every single one because we
I
have
know.
thorough videos.
I couldn't resist that.
I know.
Because you'll see that.
We've seen a lot of crap on there.
Alright, let's find this one. Chase this one up. This is number 6. Push this one through here.
And why are you doing them one at a time?
So that I don't, I think I mentioned that, but since you asked, so that I don't put the wrong wire onto the wrong spark plug or onto the wrong coil. Post on the coil pack.
Are you telling me I'm not paying attention?
You might have been busy when I was saying that.
Okay.
Alright, now that one's on there tough because the dipstick's in the way. Number 3, we have a solution. You can find your favorite pliers or channel locks of choice. Or if you have what's called spark plug boot pullers, you could do that. But make sure you grab onto the boot here so you can't get a good grip on it, and just pull right off.
Now you can see that guy down in there that we're going to take off.
Match up this wire. That one's way too short. I think these are shorter too. Yep, so we're going to have to go with the longer one. Now these 2 long ones, we're going to pick the shorter of the 2 probably.
That always give you slightly
That's
more
close.
length. Yeah, that's pretty good.
You always want to check through all of them just to make sure you get the right one.
Yeah, because you don't want to put 5 of them on and then realize that number 6 is way too short.
And then you got to figure out, take them all back off to figure out which one you need. Tuck that back in. This will snap on. You'll feel it snap on just like you will with the spark plug. I guess it helps if I change that spark plug, right? Longer extension might be good, but they'll work a little better. But these are real delicate. They're just ceramic. You don't want to break them. So if you're not experienced or comfortable with it, use as short as extension as possible. That way you don't snap the spark plug off.
Well, these are platinums, right?
Yep.
So they should be changed every how many miles?
100,000 miles. This car is actually about 148,000 miles.
Holy crap!
This stuff's original.
This guy drove the pee out of his car.
Yeah. Well, this is actually my car, and I've been neglecting it.
You know what they say though, a mechanic's car always gets to work last. We finally got to it. Let's
And
look at
actually,
the end
those
of
are
that.
actually in pretty good shape still.
Yeah, that actually don't look too
For
bad.
150,000 miles.
Now, why does it look like that?
Why does it look like what?
Why does it look that good?
Well, I just use quality gas.
Quality gas.
That helps. And
Yes.
I don't have an issue with my spark plug wires, which could cause a misfire or cause it not to burn the fuel the right way. So it's not just gas, because you can use the best gas in the world and still have a problem with a spark plug wire that might be loose or something and cause it to fall.
But it does help.
It helps a lot.
Now,
And
can we do this? The next one you pull out, let's hold the old one and the new one up to
Sure.
next to each other.
well, here you want to do that while I tighten this down.
Sure.
There's an old one and a brand new one. And while you're looking at that, I'm putting this spark plug wire onto the spark plug. Get it snapped on. Put this over this way. Alright, now we're going to get the number 2 wire off. Right here you can see it's a real tight fit. which is a good reason to have the pliers.
Because they put that motor mount in the way that you see right there.
So we're going to do the same thing. Give it a twist to break it loose. You can. I don't know if you heard that or not. No. I don't know if we have a set. Ow! Spark plug puller, boot pullers here. We can show them what they look like. But
Don't have them.
okay, we're going to get this off of here. Number 2 is this one. Because these are original coil packs, they are numbered, which helps, but the replacement ones don't, whether they're original equipment or aftermarket. Doesn't matter, they may not have it. So I'm thinking this is our other long one. And it's pretty close. I think that's going to be it, because I don't think the ones in the back are going to need to be that long.
Yeah, they're all pretty short in the back here. You're only going down to about a 6-inch span.
Yeah, so we'll sum this up. Listen around over the top. Now, if you notice here, all these ones came off over the top of the other wires. So these ones that I haven't changed for the back side, the odd number ones, when we put them in, we're going to make sure to go underneath these 3 that go to the front. That way we know we have them back in the way that the manufacturer designed it. May seem trivial, but they design things for a reason. A lot of technician, I'm going to need a longer extension. A lot of technicians, including myself, have worked on these some of these cars and thought to themselves, why would they design it this way? Doesn't make sense. But those guys don't make the kind of money they do and go to school as long as they did just to throw stuff together. There's a reason why they do everything. Sometimes it's just not our, we just don't need to know. Let me get this one out of here. I'll take a quick peek at the end of this spark plug and see if anything looks bad, if we have a bad cylinder or something going on. Still looks pretty good. I'm only changing these for maintenance purposes. I didn't have a drivability issue where I had a misfire, the engine was running rough. It's just time.
Overdue.
Oh yeah, way overdue. If I would have bought the spark plugs, you could have said I got my money's worth. And the way I did, because I bought the car, so. But this will improve my fuel mileage. This should be a noticeable increase. Oh, where's the end? Here it is. Let me just get my big head on the way. Snap that on. That's closed up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this one back up, put the wires back into place. Give them a little bit of slack. You don't want them real tight. Get in there. Alright, now that's the front 3. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another pair of gloves. We're going to get ready to do the ones in the back, which are quite a bit more difficult, but not too hard. What a lot of people do, just to make it easier, is they pull this whole coil pack assembly off. And we're going to make a decision whether we're going to do that or not, just so you could see it. I could do it without doing it, taking it off, but we're going to decide if we're going to pull it off or not, and then we'll get started on the ones in the back. Okay, now we're ready to work on the back. There should be another clip back here somewhere. We decided we're not going to take the coil pack off. Everything seems to be accessible. We just mounted the camera on a tripod. You're not going to be able to see like as well as you did in the front, but we're going to let it run anyhow. Because even if you took the coil pack off, you wouldn't be able to see. So you'll actually still get to watch me do this. I'm just gonna have to feel for everything. So there's one there. You can get to them. Some cars you can't, which is why a lot of people take the coil packs off. If I can get to this thing, twist it loose. Time for the pliers. Nope, not yet. I'm going to keep working. There won't be a whole lot to say because we went through all the descriptions. So. So John's doing some work on our new forums site that we set up. We'll post a link to that in the video below, or below the video in the description. But it is actually the web address, which we will make links to from our website, our YouTube page, and Facebook and Twitter. We'll have all those links there, but if you want to type it in, instead of going to one of those places, you want to go look while you're watching this video or something, you just go to forum, F-O-R-U-M, .carrepairsmadeeasy.com. It'll take you right to our forum page. Feel free to browse, look around, read some posts. Make sure you go ahead and register, because that's going to be the only way that you can post. Make your own post, ask questions, post comments, but there you'll be able to learn a little bit about who John and I are specifically. Ask some more questions if you have them. Look at what other people have to say. And if you have a topic you want to bring up, bring it up. We'll be more than happy to take a look at it and interact if we can. Maybe get other people to interact, because we're not going to stand here. We know a lot, but we're not going to stand here and say we know everything. Because I can tell you now, my experience, and my opinion is any mechanic or auto technician, technical name, anyone who says they know everything, I personally would stay away from them because these cars are so complex. And there's so much on these cars that I don't really think any one person can be an expert in everything. Alright, so we got all our plugs and wires on. Move some of this stuff out of the way. We'll fire this thing up, see how she sounds. Make sure everything's good, we don't have a misfire.
Are you done?
I'm done. I know you're messing with the forums, so.
I'm fixing our website.
Oh, there you go. That sounds nice and smooth.
That sounds beautiful. Okay, so we're done with the tune-up on the 2004 Chevy Impala. We hope we helped you save some money and that show you that you can do it yourself. And typically about $100 to $150 labor to do this job. So pretty much you buy your parts, you do it yourself. You saved a lot of money. And make sure you follow it step by step so you don't get any wires crossed and then it doesn't start for you. So visit us on our forum, our Facebook page, and our website, carrepairsmadeeasy.com. There's links all down in the description down below. And we hope we helped you save some money. And we will see you next time. And remember, you can do it.